Hello, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew LeBlanc, Director of Channel Success and Partner Success at SherWeb, and welcome to today's webinar called SherWeb's Not for Resale Program. I'll be your host, joined by myself and I. So we'll be spending the next 35 minutes together. Before we start the presentation and the webinar, I'd like to make sure that everyone can hear me okay and see the screen well. If not, please drop a comment in the chat window, and we'll make sure to answer you specifically, provide you the assistance that you need, or look at our admin to make sure everything is good on our side. So with that being said, this is a webinar that should last about 35 minutes. Questions will be answered by myself at the end of the webinar, so put them in the chat window throughout or at the end, and then we'll have a Q&A session that will last really as long as it takes. So on that note, thanks again for joining us, and let's get started. So the agenda today is going to be, what is an NFR? So I'm going to take a few minutes to walk you through the Not for Resale program at SherWeb, and then why we're launching an NFR program, both from a partner standpoint and from a SherWeb standpoint. Then we'll look at the NFR guidelines, the products and the assets, and we'll go through the processes and what NFR services look like in your partner portal, Cumulus, at SherWeb. So what is the NFR program? Quite simply, an NFR program, which stands for Not for Resale, and for anyone that is a French partner of SherWeb on the call today, we're calling it our LUI program, Licence à usage interne. Well, what it is fairly simple. It's a designation for products or services that a vendor gives to its channel partners for internal use only, with the clear understanding that the partner cannot resell these NFR products or services to their end customers. So you, everyone on the line today that are using NFR today with SherWeb over the last few weeks, or will be using NFR services going forward, make sure that the usage of those services does not provide you with any direct revenue generating activities, or either for your employees' own personal use at home. They can be used, however, for your own use within your business, of course, for customer demonstrations and also internal training purposes. So that's not a problem. So if you want a full list of terms and conditions about what the NFR program can and cannot be used for, simply go to the partner toolbox and there's an NFR program guide, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. And you can also refer to section 2.4 of the Partner Master Service Agreement that has a brief reference to the NFR program, but primarily points you to the program guide, which will be the master document that governs the terms and conditions of the program. So what are the advantages and benefits of the NFR program for our partners? Well, primarily it allows you, our partners, to use NFR programs or services within your own business at a discounted price. So you can save a few bucks using for your own business, online backup, and the different services that are part of the NFR program and eligible for NFR discounts. Another great benefit is allows you to try a new product. Of course, as a SherWeb partner, you have access to trials and demo, but this is another way for you to use a product within your business before you decide to resell it to your customers. If it's a new product you're thinking of adding to your managed service offering, this is a great way to use it yourself. Because after all, it's much easier to sell a product that you're using yourself, to your customers. So the whole idea is use it and save a few bucks and then sell it like a pro. Evangelizing a product, both from your technical and sales team, will be a lot easier if they're using the product themselves and are familiar with how it works and what it does. And in complete transparency, I'm also going to give you, from a SherWeb standpoint, the benefits of an NFR program. You can figure this out yourself, but I want to still make sure that we're on the same page. So the NFR program is there to support one primary mission at SherWeb, and that is to enable our partner to product diversify. We want to promote a cross-sell motion, meaning get our partners to sell as many of our cloud solutions as possible to each one of your customers. That has value for us, it has value for you. And that's really our business first and our becoming our partner's business partner approach in increasing our engagement level with our partners, giving you access to discounted products for your own internal use, but also allowing you then to resell those products with confidence. So this will have a direct impact on our partner engagement, on our revenue with our partners, and will allow us also to use this as a recruitment effort or value proposition message within our partner sign-up initiatives. So the NFR program guidelines. So we're going to cover in a couple slides here certain aspects like who is eligible to the program, are new partners eligible, what are the growth requirements, and then on the next slide we're going to talk about the products and the discounts. So who is eligible? Well, quite simply, I wanted this program to be as simple as possible. All partners are eligible to purchase NFR services. This includes our white label and co-branded partners, as well as our advisors. However, if you're an advisor and are purely referring customers to SherWeb, you will be required to open a white label or co-branded account, because after all, an advisor cannot provision SherWeb services for himself. You have referral accounts in your advisor accounts, but you don't have an account for your own organization. So with that same spirit in mind, new partners are eligible immediately after signing up with SherWeb. However, they must meet the growth requirements just like any partner within the program. And those growth requirements are as follows. Basically, as a partner, you must generate $300 in net new revenue with SherWeb every 6 months to retain the Not for Resale program benefits and discounts. Now, $300 every 6 months, that can be 10 extensions of Cloud PBX. It can be 30 Office 365 seats. So if you're doing a minimum of $300 in net new revenue with SherWeb every 6 months, you will retain the benefits of being in the NFR program. And what's important to note, though, is that even though not all products are accessible for NFR discounts, all of the revenue and all services that you sell as a partner are counted in determining if you've met the growth requirements. So that includes Office 365, Azure, and Dynamics revenue. And of course, we will exclude your own NFR revenue in determining if those growth requirements were met. So if you're using a service yourself that created $300 in net new revenue with SherWeb, but these are NFR services, they will not be counted in your growth. It's really growth with your end customers. There's always the 2 minimum organization limit, as all partners must receive in order to qualify for our performance tiers, and these must be referred customers for advisors. And of course, NFR revenue, however, does count in your performance tiers. So if you're an elite partner with SherWeb, over 6,000 in MRR, combined across all services that you sell, including the NFR revenue, then you will receive the 20% elite tier on SherWeb hosted products. So I hope that's clear. And if not, ask your chat and I'll be sure to get back to them towards the end of the presentation. So the next part of the program guidelines is what products are eligible, the product discounts themselves, and if any, what are the product limits. So let me just move something out of the way here. So for products, basically most non-CSP products are available and eligible within the NFR program. Okay, and I'll give you the exact list in a minute. The NFR discounts are available only to products or services with a recurrent monthly fee. So anything with a setup fee or a one-time fee is excluded from NFR. So such as setup and one-time fee, and hardware as well. For example, Cloud PBX, IP phone as a service. So the hardware aspect of the IP phone will be excluded from the NFR program discount. However, the recurrent, premium, and standard Cloud PBX plan will be eligible for NFR. So the product discounts really have 3 general format at SherWeb. One is free. So for our own IP, such as Office Protect, a great Office 365 security solution for monitoring and reporting is free. The majority of the NFR products, however, have a fixed NFR discount per product that you get on top of your partner pricing. And for Cloud PBX, we have a discount on top of whatever performance tier discount you as a partner is at with SherWeb. And there are no limits to the quantity of NFR services that you want to provision. So that's a great value add. If you have 100 employees within your organization and you want online backup for all of their PCs, you will benefit for all of your employees for the NFR discount. the same thing. You have 40 extensions for Cloud PBX. You're using VoIP and Cloud PBX. You want to go to SherWeb, you will receive the NFR discount for all of your users. And you will, of course, benefit from the same level of support that you would get from SherWeb across tech pre-sales, migration, and support services if you were selling a product to your or a service to your customer. So the fact that you're using an NFR service does not remove any level of support or benefits that you would obtain as a SherWeb partner. So I hope that's clear for everyone. Let's jump right into the products. So as I said, CSP products are excluded from the NFR cloud product portfolio. So what we have is hosted exchange, cloud PBX, cloud servers and database. So that's performance cloud, SherWeb's own infrastructure as a service, online backups, and various compliance and security solutions like Office Protect, like encryption and archiving. So NFR is not available for these additional products such as DocuSign, Law Toolbox, Global Relay, SharePoint Private Cloud, Valet Services, Pop Email, domain names, FTP sites, and SSL certificates. Your standard partner pricing, and when applicable, partner pricing performance tier are applicable, but NFR products and discounts would not. So what does it look like specifically? So as I said, some products are heavily discounted like Office Protect. The second one, you get it for free. So if you're using Office 365 within your own practice today, get Office Protect for all of your users. If you don't know what Office Protect does, contact your SherWeb account manager or reach out to SherWeb and we'll be sure to tell you all about the product, what it does, and how you can benefit from it internally within your organization. But the most important thing is how you can roll in Office Protect into your own managed service offering as an added value that you can provide to your customers around your Office 365 offering. Online backup, 60% discount. 60% discount, all right, on the 50 gig plan and then per gig option. And this is pooled across all of your users. And remember, online backup is not just a PC or workstation backup solution. It is also a server backup solution. Can even back up your Exchange database, SQL databases. So it does a lot more than just a PC workstation backup. Proof point, 50%, all plans, protected trust, so encryption, archiving solutions, 50 and 35%. In some cases, it's all the plans that are available for NFR program. In others, it's the top tier plan that is available. So you will have a complete list of NFR products in the program guide, of course, and all the individual SKUs and details in your partner price list. And I'll show you those assets in just a few minutes. So Performance Cloud, as I said, SherWeb's infrastructure as a service offering, you're at 40% discount on top of your partner pricing for CPU, RAM, storage, and a few other SKUs for both Windows and non-Windows SKUs. Veeam Cloud Connect for virtual machine backup storage, backup replication. Enterprise Edition is at 30% off. Database as a service, 50%. Web hosting, 50% as well. And the list goes on. Hold on a second. Where's my mouse? There it is. Cloud PBX. So this is a unique one within the offering. Cloud PBX is whatever partner performance tier you're on, you add 10%. And I've got some great news. That Cloud PBX NFR discount will be doubled with the Cloud PBX training and certification program that will be launching throughout FY 2019, actually Q1. So the Cloud PBX tier and NFR discounts apply to the standard premium plans and all IP phone as a service plans without the hardware, as mentioned earlier. Hosted Exchange 2013-16, 50% off, includes migration services as well. SharePoint 2013 as well as Link at 50%, and Quick Help Office 365 training, both for you and your end customers. Of course, you can benefit from the NFR discount if you're selling this into your Office 365 managed service packages or bundles to your customer. But if you yourself within your business would like to leverage this tool, you get it at 40%. It's a great product to build badges, certification, engagement, and make sure the adoption of Office 365 is high across your organization and that you achieve whatever milestones or objectives you had set when it comes to your own adoption of Office 365 and its respective workloads across Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, Exchange Online, and so forth. So this adds up to a total of 46 different NFR offers plus 14 Cloud PBX plans. And as I said, the full price list, NFR discount, and SKUs can be found in your partner price list. So what does this look like in Cumulus? Well, basically, it looks like this. And I'll show you the process after this section, which is the last step in this presentation, in this webinar. But basically, once NFR services are activated, and this is a manual process, right? You have to talk to your account manager to request NFR services and pricing to be available within your own organization, within your Cumulus or SherWeb Partner Portal account. So NFR services will only be activated to one organization within your partner account, and this will be your own, okay? So once you go through that process and NFR services become activated and enabled within your account, you will see it. So this is a sliding panel within your own organization view, okay? It's called before NFR activation, but imagine your name here. And it will show here, you see on the left-hand side in blue, not for resale NFR under the Cloud PBX wizard. So basically within this one product family, you see all NFR product offers available, okay? Another aspect in Cumulus, so once you've provisioned an NFR offer within your account, you will see it in your summary tab. Okay, so this is a different organization for the sake of the print screen, but this one is called Test NFR. This would be for your own same organization. So you can see here online backup with 50 gig cloud storage, NFR 60% discount, and you see the price. So you don't see the list and then this discounted price, but if you compare the 320 versus your partner price list, you'll confirm a 60% discount. So all of your NFR services will be visible within your summary tab of that organization. And finally, you'll also see it in your invoice details. So when you get an invoice, you will see whatever, in this case, I apologize, it's a French print screen, but LUI escompte 50%. That would be in English NFR discount 50%. So you will see all of the specific NFR products that you've activated at the NFR discount. I might as well tell you a couple of housekeeping or a couple of inside details here. If you enable web hosting and Cloud PBX, because they're slightly different in their provisioning and how they're managed within the portal, you will have two lines within your invoice, one at 0, and then you'll have one at the actual price of the NFR discount. So simply ignore the line at 0. So the program assets, there are two key elements. As I said, in the partner master service agreement, section 2.4, it refers to the program guide. This is a primary asset. It's a 2-pager. It has, as you see on the left-hand side for the front, all the services, the discounts, the benefits for you, and a couple did you know around Microsoft Action Pack and Microsoft competencies. Because CSP, Office 365 Azure Dynamics, is not included in the SherWeb NFR program, you can still benefit from discounted or free Microsoft services if you have access or purchase an Action Pack, or if you meet the competencies around gold competency, for example, around Microsoft competencies, which allows you to have access to on-prem and cloud service with the Microsoft internal use rights. Then you have the eligibility requirements on the back, the services, which basically tells you to look at the partner price list, and finally the terms and conditions, which gives you the specifics around at-home use, demos with customers, trials. All of that is stipulated here. And again, this program guide is available in your partner toolbox, or simply get in touch with your partner account manager and he'll be happy to share a copy with you. This is a price list. So in your partner price list, on the last page, you have a SherWeb partner price list not for resale section. And as you can see here, all the SKUs, for example, Performance Cloud servers, NFR offers, you have all the specific SKUs to which the partner pricing applies to. Something to note is if, for example, you are using a service in Performance Cloud that is applicable for NFR, that's great, you'll get your discount. If for some reason you consume a resource that is not applicable, you will simply get charged at whatever partner tier and pricing that you would have been charged without the NFR program. And the same thing can be said about NFR and standard SKUs, if you will. So for example, the NFR online backup SKU would be in the NFR section of your Cumulus account. However, the online backup standard offer is still available in that same sliding panel with all of your offers and where you access the different cloud services at SherWeb. So make sure if you provision new NFR services following your first initial activation, that you provision the ones within the NFR product family. Okay, so that's something important to note as well. So as we wrap up, 22 minutes in, that's not so bad. You guys will be happy to have the productivity back after this or more for Q&A session, or even better, take a few minutes after to contact your account manager at SherWeb and have him activate NFR services to your account. But it's not a question of just asking for NFR services to be activated. For that first activation process, as I mentioned, you need to contact your SherWeb account manager. Ask any questions you may have, but until you have a real activation for an NFR service, or you want to flip an existing SherWeb service that you're using today, maybe you're using our hosted exchange, one of our 2010, 2013, or 2016 platform within your own business. If you're ready to flip those services to NFR discounts, and there'll be no service interruption, there's no migration, it's just assigning the NFR discount and SKU to your offer, and that's all done by us. But basically, that process of having those NFR services visible within your partner account begins when you have a first true real activation request. So once you have the information and you're ready to proceed with flipping an existing to NFR or provisioning a brand new NFR service, make your request to your account manager. Okay, he'll follow an internal process that will get the ball rolling. Okay, and as I said, it's greatly appreciated for program management reasons and different reasons that if you have any existing services that will be flipped to NFR, make sure that you highlight those in your first original and initial request. Okay, even if you have more services, you want to leverage Office Protect because it's free, we can do all those together and for you in that first request. But if you're flipping anything for different internal reasons, it would be appreciated if you can make sure they're included in your first request. As I said before, advisors need to open a co-branded or white label partner account. So if you're about to make a request, make sure that you go through our online registration. Signing up as SherWeb, as you all know, is free, no commitments, no obligations. You will have to put a credit card because we will invoice you for those NFR services at the NFR discount, of course. But you need to open an account first before you make the process request with your account manager. So he gets the ball going internally. It takes about 24 hours to get activated, and the sales operation team will assist in that process to make sure we assign the appropriate NFR discounts if you're flipping or if it's a new activation. Once that's done, your account manager will inform you that NFR offers have been activated and are now visible in your Cumulus or Partner Portal organization. And then you will see on your next invoice the appropriate NFR discounts applied to your invoice. And then basically, if today your first request included flipping hosted exchange 2016 to hosted exchange NFR and then activating online backup, let's say. Now those NFR services and any other that you have access to are visible in your Cumulus account. So if 6 months down the road, you've now migrated to Office 365, you want to benefit from Office Protect, or you're still on hosted exchange, but you want to benefit from encryption solutions, or you want to quick help or any other services, the point is that you can do so automatically directly in your partner portal. And your account manager will receive a notification of any changes that you make so he can get in touch with you and make sure everything is looking good. The only thing I want to remind here at this point is that when you see a product or a service, an NFR or a standard offer anywhere within your Cumulus account or any end customer account within Cumulus that is in purple, okay? Those are manual provisioning, or they require you to contact us to give us specific information before the provisioning process can begin. So if you see purple elements or offers within Cumulus, there's a very clear call us button and additional information to tell you what to do. But make sure that you do so. Because for example, clicking on the NFR Cloud PBX checkbox will do nothing. It will assign and flag your account as being NFR activated for Cloud PBX, but it will not do anything in terms of provisioning. So you really need to reach out to us or follow the procedure based on each product that is in the more info to begin the process. Okay. And finally, if ever after 6 months, your first 6 months being inside the program, you are not meeting the NFR program eligibility requirements, and if I could do a poll here, I would poll that question, $300 every 6 months of new monthly recurrent revenue. Okay, so if at the beginning of the 6 months when you first activate, your account is at $1,200, 6 months later, it needs to be at $1,500. 6 months after that, $1,800, and so forth. Okay, so if at any point you stop meeting those eligibility requirements, we will not simply deactivate the NFR offers, but your account manager will be in touch and he will discuss with you what's happening, how can we make sure that your growth requirements are met, put a business plan in place, and any gap, do a gap analysis. Perhaps it's your marketing, perhaps it's your sales motion, maybe on the technical side. So we'll really take the opportunity to review with you why the growth requirements are not met and how perhaps we can more align our efforts and build a joint plan to make sure that we're going in the right direction. And that's it, as simple as that. So let me see if there are any questions in the chat. In the questions. All right. Well, it's a fairly straight process, so I didn't expect too much. Half an hour, we're done. Get back to work, get back to those customers, reach out to SherWeb if you need be, ask more questions. And as always, thank you for trusting SherWeb. Thank you for your business, and I wish you all a pleasant day. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.